Hi, I'm Jelle van Dun. Welcome to my animated world. Today I'm going to break down My Animated World 10 years later, which was a sequel to my first film, My Animated World. I made it because Animate World, my animation studio, had a 10 years anniversary, and I thought it would be fun to show my life in animation like I did with the first film, but then 10 years later, because there was a lot that changed. For instance, now I have 3 kids and I'm not a student anymore. I have an animation studio, and from that perspective I thought it would be really cool to do that, and I had a lot of ideas that had to be animated with stop motion. So I'm going to break down every scene, scene by scene, tell you all about the references I put in screen which you haven't noticed. So let's go. Like in the first film, in some magical way I was waking up. You see the same countdown but now in post-its. You see the lamp coming up, it's a nod to Pixar. Of course, you see Billy the Blob, that's our mascot. Billy the Blob is one of the most simple characters ever. That was what I was trying to do when I created it together with my friend Peter de Been. Now he's our mascot, but in this film he's sort of like something in between a pet and a child. He goes with me everywhere and wakes me up in the morning. He is made out of several blocks of This one is a little bit shorter, a little bit more bouncing. They all have different mouths. I can release them, and in this way you can create like the bouncing effect. Like you see here. Alright. I also have different eyelids I can put on. Like, we use a little bit of Velcro. I also can use this for make him tired or a little bit more angry or sleepy, so he can blink 182 times. The next scene shows all my band shirts. I'm a concert enthusiast, so I go to bands a lot, and most of the time when I like them I buy a shirt, and I've got a large collection, so large that my girlfriend says, oh, all those t-shirts, I like them, okay? So also, talking about my girlfriend, she fell asleep during the bed scene, so that's how long it takes to make animation, and she had to lie still and then she just fell asleep, so I think that was funny to mention. Sorry Anouk. I have a challenge. If you can name all the bands from my shirts and you write an email and put them in it to this email address, then you can win a Billy the Blob. This is the OG Billy the Blob. We also have medium-sized Billies, and you can win one of the Billies. Like with the first film, I animated my breakfast. That's what the first film was about. I wanted to show everyone what was going on inside my head when I was doing my regular daily things. I thought of making animations from my breakfast, and I made a Pong animation in my first film. So I wanted to take it up to the next level, and here you see Mortal Kombread with, if you look closely, all kinds of references to the characters, but then with sandwiches. I really love those games from back in the day, and I had to do something with it. So it was Scorpionut against Sub-Choco. Yeah, if you know the game, it stands for Scorpion and Sub-Zero. And of course, the breadality was me eating the sandwich because I was hungry. It was breakfast. I like transforming things because you can do that with stop motion animation. And I created a telephone that folds into a really large hoverboard. And I took my kids to school with it in the film, and it was really cool because we were doing it in public space, so people saw us doing stuff and they thought like they are crazy or whatever, what are they doing? And I always like when people look that way, they try to figure it out, and sometimes they ask. And special shout out to my kids who were not too afraid to stand on the hoverboard. The next bit is a thing I thought of when I got my first tattoo 4 years ago, and I thought, okay, a tattoo is an image, and when you have several images that look like each other and you put them behind each other in a computer, then you have 2D animation. So why not make a tattoo animation? Okay, that's a really crazy idea because people that get the tattoos, I wanted to do it real, not like in post-production. So people would be set for life with something I created on their skin. Step 1 was designing the tattoo. And I pitched this idea to a friend of mine. It's called Rutger Termohlen. He's a really great artist and his Instagram is in the descriptions. He works at Bunker Tattoo, one of the finest shops in the Netherlands. They are located in Breda. They were willing to take part in this project, which I'm really grateful for. And then we had to realize it. So my colleagues filmed me while skateboarding. Then I edited 12 images that would form a loop for the whole movement, which could be a reference for the tattoo artist to make skateboarding skeletons, because I like skateboarding and I still do it. So I always wanted to have a skateboard tattoo. And I thought a lot of people would like an old school skate tattoo. Within a week I found 11 people to join me. I would get one too. And we started tattooing them. But one day one of the guys had to cancel because he fell from something and broke his leg. So then I thought, okay, I will get his one. And so I've got two. This one, which is the one end of the movement, and I got this one, which is the other end of the movement. But 10 other guys also have a tattoo similar to this on their bodies, and I'm forever grateful for them that they wanted to do this. And now we are doing a next level thing with this kind of animation, but more about that later. Teasing.